Welcome to the France 24 Observers. This show is based on our network of observers, regular people who tell us what's going on where they are and send in photos and videos to document it. We verify it all here in Paris and bring the best to you. In early October, work was supposed to begin on the biggest telescope in the world, on top of a dormant volcano in Hawaii. A groundbreaking ceremony was held, but it was interrupted by native Hawaiians, who see Mauna Kea as much more than just a volcano. Joshua is one of them.
We call it the TMT, the 30-meter telescope. They would like to put it on the northern summit of our sacred mountain. There's quite a number of telescopes on the mountain already, so people are standing up against that. For many of us, we're here for our spiritual and religious reasons, and there's others there who are there more primarily for the environmental impacts. And they had been planning for some weeks before to hold a prayer visual, and people were coming with their own ideas, protesting, holding signs. Maybe around a good mile or 2 miles away from the actual ceremony site, they had set up a roadblock. It was both police officers as well as University of Hawaii Rangers. And then so we began to sit in there. We were able to share with them our thoughts, through our signs, through our songs. It's a very important thing for us Native Hawaiians as well in these sacred places for us to conduct ourselves properly. This was just a formality for them, but really it was a symbolic win. For our Native Hawaiians, the mountain Mauna Kea is our ancestor. In our stories of creation, we descended from the birth of the Sky Father, the Star Mother, and Mauna Kea, the mountain of the Sky Father, is the child of the Sky Father. Our generation, fueled with both our traditional and Western education, were able to make a stand.
Our next observer takes us to the south of Sudan, to the remote Nuba Mountains. The region is regularly bombed by the Sudanese army, which is fighting separatist rebels. But the farmers there have decided to put these bombs to good use. Yassine Hassan tells us how.
The road has been blocked. The government of Sudan stopped everything. The humanitarian and non-NGOs stops to access to Nuba people. There is no way out for the Nuba people to survive. They have to be creative. When the bombs comes and they exploded and they remain with shuffles, then they take to the blacksmith. The blacksmith will make the money, and you get that plowed tools to go and plow the land so that they can grow the simsim and sorghum. Recently, the government of Sudan sent jet fighters, the one we use parachute. They take it and use it for the rope. And then they tie the animals, they use it to the bed. They think beyond. Because of this war, they think beyond of everything before. As we said, the government of Sudan targeted civilians whenever they get up. No civilian has been killed close to the front line. Only kids are dying. Only old people. That's the only people who are being bombed.
And now for some of the other images sent in from around the world this week by our observers. We head to central Iran, to the city of Haji Abad. This was the reaction of spectators when they learned that a famous Iranian actress, Narges Mohammadi, decided to leave the show just minutes before she was supposed to get on stage. She was angry that the city's imam had told the audience that she was going to wear a chador during the show. A chador is a full body cloak. She had planned to wear a hijab, which is what most Iranian women wear and covers only their hair, so she decided to quit. Shireen, our observer, tells us that while hijabs are mandatory in Iran, chadors are not. Next stop, Kobane, a Kurdish town in Syria where Kurds are battling jihadists from the Islamic State organization. Mohammed Arif is a Kurdish doctor who told us about his work on the front lines. He says that every week, the city's field hospital changes locations so that the jihadists can't spot it. And since very little aid is coming from across the border in Turkey, doctors are sorely lacking in medicine and equipment. To save a Kurdish fighter's life, Mohammed had to give him a blood transfusion straight from his own arm. He says this situation can't go on much longer because the hospital is going to run out of supplies. Jason Stone King takes us to Cairo, where the rooftops are getting a splash of color. During an artist residency in Egypt's capital, this American poet got the idea of painting satellite dishes. He says he and his team have been welcomed by local residents as long as they don't mess up their satellite signals. And now for a little music. He's 17 years old and goes by the name Mr. Crazy. This young rapper describes life in Casablanca's poorest neighborhoods. In his latest clip, actors pretend to take drugs and engage in violence. This honest depiction did not sit well with the authorities. Mr. Crazy was arrested in August and accused of immoral acts. He should be freed in early November. Our observer, Mouad Belrouat, who is also a rapper, says this is a parody of justice. That's it for this week, but as always, you can find more reports from our observers on our website, on our Facebook and Twitter pages, and on our smartphone app. See you next time.